Marlene Annabelli, discussed on the earlier episode, was 26 years old when she died in 1975. However, Mary Coppola was a 15-year-old 10th grader at Southgate High School in Homestead, Florida. She lived with her parents on 209th Avenue in Homestead, which is located in the far south of Dade County. Mary did not come from a broken home and was one of 6 children. However, she was troubled and ran away from home for the first time in August 1975. Her mother found her at a Burger King and brought her home. The assistant principal of Redlands Junior High School, where Mary had previously attended, Peter Hoffman, said that Mary had a great interest in the problems of other kids, but that she was not equipped to handle it or make any impact. She was described as an average student who was well liked and friendly. Mary was also described as a vague person who kept things to herself, a quiet, inward person who wanted to appear inconspicuous. She would not confide in her parents, friends, or counselors, and never discussed her problems. One of her girlfriends said that she began dating an older man in his 20s during her ninth grade year. They began to see Mary being driven to Redlands Junior High School by this man who would pick her up at a bus stop. She was described as, quote, a real straight girl. Maybe the worst thing she did was smoke cigarettes until she started going with that guy, close quote. He was described as being into drugs and sold drugs at the junior high. He was also influencing Mary into that, according to her friends. Recognizing their child's problems, Mary's parents contacted Genesis Outreach, a South Dade counseling center for youth with current or previous drug problems, located in Homestead. Mary began going there in the summer of 1975. Her counselor described her as troubled over peer pressure, parents, friends, and drugs. She was supposed to have met with her counselor on September 2nd, 1975, when her mother dropped her off at the facility. Mary's parents reported her missing that same day. She did not show up for her first day of school at South Dade High School. She did not take anything but the clothes she was wearing when she disappeared. 3 months later, on New Year's Day 1976, snake hunters in a wooded area near the Monroe-Dade County line found bones dispersed over a 50-foot wide area, 20 feet from the bank of a canal that paralleled a road. The bones were determined to be Mary's. Only 1 week earlier, a headless, handless body of a young man was found nearby. Mary's cause of death could not be determined due to the condition of her remains. There were no obvious signs of gunshot or knife wounds, and the medical examiner concluded that she probably died in early September, shortly after she disappeared. The body could not be tested for drugs or alcohol due to its condition. The cause of death for Mary was never determined, but she was one of several young women who met their demise in 1975 and whose bodies were found in or near canals. If you're interested in the flat tire and canal murders, please check out my book entitled The Flat Tire Murders: Unsolved Crimes of a South Florida Serial Killer. The book is available through McFarland and Company Publishers and is available on Amazon. A link is provided in the description box. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe. Please leave any comments below and I will do my best to answer them. Again, thank you for listening.